UW-Oshkosh here, your 2018 Division III men's basketball runner-up. Start with in the middle, we've got Coach Pat Yuckham, and closest to me, Ben Boots, and on the far side, Charlie Noon. Coach, before we get into it, your team broke a couple of records this weekend. First off, tonight, 3-point makes in a game in the championship series with 17. You tied the makes in a total championship series with 27. And 3-point attempts in a championship series is now UW-Oshkosh's record with 57. So congratulations on that, but we'll get down to the nuts and bolts. What'd you see tonight, and overall feelings on the game?
First of all, congratulations to Nebraska Wesleyan on their championship. Tremendous team. A lot of respect for them. So congratulations to those guys. You know, I guess what jumps out to me, and again, obviously, we're just coming out of a pretty tough locker room, as I think everyone here can imagine. I think just very thankful for these two young men with me and the rest of the guys in our program and where they've taken us. It's been a really special journey, and we have so many incredible memories that we're going to look back upon. I'm reminded of a quote: if you haven't invested very much, then winning isn't very exciting and losing isn't very painful. And there's a lot of pain in our locker room right now because these two young men and the rest of our guys in our program have invested an absolute ton. So we will cherish the journey and the memory and where they've brought our program, and it's an incredible, another great step. The game tonight, you know, Nebraska Wesleyan they're a tough prep on a back-to-back with what they do both offensively and with their zone, and you know. Would be in an ideal world you have a little bit more time to prepare for it, but nonetheless I credit our guys were you know, accepted the challenge and you know, we were right there. Tie game, forget what stretch it was, 3-4 minutes ago, we were right there, and they made some big plays, but I'm just incredibly proud of our young men. They're warriors. They stand for everything that's right in college athletics in Division III, and I'm thankful to be part of this group that we have.
Thanks, Coach. With that, we'll open it up for questions. Peyton here has the mic, so just give her the signal and she'll bring it to you.
Charlie, when you came here 4 years ago, the program was coming off several losing seasons. Obviously, didn't finish the night the way you wanted to, but do you feel like you've been part of turning this program around and you leave it in a better place than it was?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of hard to look at now, but I think you know, in the future I'll be able to look back, and I definitely agree with that. And it's kind of the goal when I came in, just to leave it better than I found it, and it's been an unbelievable experience.
Ben, you played all 40 minutes tonight. Were you getting gassed towards the end?
No, I don't think so. Kind of in a game like that, you're able to just, you know, ride off the adrenaline and keep going. You know, there's not another game after, so I wouldn't say that was a factor.
Coach, this is a game where you didn't lose. Another team beat you. What do you think Nebraska Wesleyan did particularly well that made the difference?
Well, you know, you look at just their offensive numbers overall. They, you know, average 96 points a game. I think they're number one in Division III in field goal percentages. And they are very, very good offensively. And that the zone, you know, we don't see a lot of zone. And, again, on the back-to-back prep, we talked about earlier in the week, you know, as a staff, how we wanted to handle this. And you know, I think we've just stayed with the approach that we were going to focus on the game at hand, which is Ramapo. We had thoughts in terms of how we want to attack Nebraska Wesleyan if we got to them. You know, their length, just their perimeter length, and they're really, they're kind of multi-dimensional positionally. It was a challenge. We had to find a matchup for Jack Flynn, our post player, who's a load. But this is, I thought he did a terrific job just dealing with guarding basically perimeter players in this. I tell you what, we're still trying to find some way as the game went on how to attack that zone better and get in the middle of it. They do a great job of keeping the ball up in front and make it hard to go over the top. But I thought our guys did a lot of really good things, and they made big shots. I mean, when we made a mistake, they capitalized, and that's a trademark of a really good team. So credit to them, but incredibly proud of the Titans.
Pat, next, you only lose one player, pretty good player, but what is this? Can this do for your program next season?
Well, obviously, I had a chance to even reflect on that, but Charlie to my left here and Jake Lanen, another senior, we've talked about just building a championship culture and one that can be sustainable. And Charlie was a young man, and Jake Lanen, who was a fifth-year senior, had 2 torn ACLs, who came back in a second major, and had some great moments this year, and is part of the reason why we're here. They leave behind a legacy and a standard that I know Ben and his teammates will hold very high. I know that they have work cut out for them to meet that, and that's going to drive and challenge us as we go forward. Charlie is the scholar athlete of the year in our conference. Not only is he a terrific basketball player, but he's a great student. He's turning down internships left and right. In not long, he'll be making more money than his head coach probably, which is great as an alumni. Appreciate that. Again, haven't had a chance to think about forward. Just again, trying to embrace the moment and enjoying. And we told the guys just thank you. I mean, for bringing us along on this, and it's been a great, with Charlie, great 4 years. This is, college athletics, college basketball it's hard. It is a hard thing, and for these guys to have a chance to go on this special run and enjoy the madness that we talk about I'm thankful, and I'm so excited for them to have gone through that, because they deserve it, because they do things the right way, and there's not many that get a chance to do it, to experience this. And as painful as tonight is, in time we're going to have unbelievable memories that will unite us, bond us for the rest of our lives, and that's priceless.
Coach, you had mentioned Jack Flynn having to guard perimeter players. He played 34 minutes tonight. Was there a certain point where you thought about maybe trying to pull him out to get somebody else on those guys? One thing we have in the Final Four is you have those long media timeouts, the 2 minute plus, and so it allowed him to collect himself and kind of regroup. And Jack is he's such a factor that. And they did a good job. They did a really good job of he's tough to deal with. We just felt our best option, our best opportunity tonight was to have him on the floor, and he did a terrific job defensively. We put him in some tough spots guarding intricate Princeton action, and there's not many 6'8", 240-pound men out there that could do what he did, and he was, and he's a warrior. We needed him on the floor, and he was really good.
Ben, just was there an intensity difference even from last night to tonight, and then what did you and the rest of the team do to settle yourselves and really play an excellent basketball game?
Really going through this entire NCAA tournament stretch, I think every game is just so intense that even in the national championship, you know, it can only get so much more intense. So I think, you know, as a group, we kind of just came together and said we were going to do our best to play this like a regular game. Obviously, it's far from that, but I think we were able to collect ourselves and treat it like that once the game got going. Obviously, you know, we haven't had time to look back at all the little things we did wrong and what we could have done better, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we'll look at more important things like what we've built so far and kind of just the change that this program has seen and the amazing people that we've been able to do it with.
Got time for one more, guys.
Charlie, as a senior, looking back on this incredible run, you guys were picked to be the most likely to disappoint out of your pod, and yet you made it this far. What was that like?
Yeah, just like a really fun experience, obviously, and you know, definitely would have liked to be out there right now instead of sitting here. But it was just really fun, and we didn't really look too much into that, and I was just excited to go game by game, and every time we were able to get a couple wins, just excited to spend another week with my guys, and just an unbelievable experience that I'll always kind of be thankful for.
Coach Eppham, any final thoughts on a season where you brought your team from the 24th ranked team in the country entering the tournament to a championship series appearance?
Well, first of all, just thank you to the City of Salem and everyone that's put on. I know there's a lot of tradition. I vowed not to come out here until I was part of a team that earned it. And so because of these guys here and my rest, they fulfilled that dream as a coach. And to do it in the last year for now that it's out here is special. So thank you to everyone that has put this on, this event, from the region, Carrie. We had a great host family. Just first class all the way. And so very thankful for that. You know, I have terrific young men, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say my coaching staff. Matt Lewis, my head assistant, Greg Yankee, Dylan Wertz, Ben Stelzer, my boss, my athletic director, Daryl Sims, Andrew Levitt. We have a lot of support, and it's because of everything, the talented players, the young men that have bought in, the support of administration that allowed us to be in a position to be successful, and these guys have capitalized. And again, I'm just so thankful for having been part of it, and will cherish it the rest of my life, and as I think these guys will as well.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on a great season, guys.
Guys, exit this way.